One of Africa's leading software solutions company, Infoware Limited, hosted the CEO's Roundtable, a forum designed to engage business leaders on key developments in market technology. Mr. Uwa Agbonile, CEO of Infoware Limited, gave insight into the value of the events to the market.
We are creating an ecosystem that feed upon each other and that facilitates the ability for you to grow your business and to make it extremely friction-free with literally zero capital outlay. Because in the challenge that most people in this room, if you take Stanbic out of the picture, has faced, is how do you get into this game effectively? It's literally been impossible. It's been a lockdown situation. But we have created the partnerships, the technologies that facilitate that at essentially zero capital outlay cost. Then we're also going to have IOI, which is indication of interest. So the idea behind that is that if you have a volume, some amount of volume that you want to trade, the indication of interest will allow you to put it there. Our system will have, it can be made anonymous or not anonymous. Then people that are interested, maybe they've already indicated interest that maybe they want to buy Dangote 1 million shares. They'll be able to get notification that this is now available. Then essentially we are facilitating a business process where you can connect each other and then facilitate the trade. Whether you're not doing it through a negotiated deal or you want to do it electronically is up to you. And by the way, this will also enable the foreign partners to have visibility into the kind of flow that's available, and then they can help, counter that trade or close the trade for you, as the case might be. Then, of course, we have Beast chart. That's the equivalent of our call it, the bottom line analogy is that it's like a Bloomberg chart. So this will allow for direct communications, either locally or foreign, whoever installs it, because it can be installed standalone, to facilitate business discussions and business transaction flow.
The forum also featured a presentation on liquidity search in frontier markets, trends and opportunities, alongside the impact of technology on institutional investors by Oluwafunto Olashemo, General Manager, Infoware Limited.
This is like a landscape of how liquidity flow globally. You have, at the highest level, you have global asset managers. They basically manage, you have the likes of JP Morgan, the HBS, the Merrill Lynch, and the Morgan Stanley. They form relationship with the regional managers, which it could be in the South Africa, it could be in the Middle East, and the rest of them. So you would never find a direct relationship between the global asset manager and the local broker to create or to get the liquidity that they want. There's always this middleman in between who is at the regional level and have that direct relationship with the local broker. And then the local broker consists of every one of us here on the sell side. We have transitioned beyond just selling solutions to our customers. We've come to a phase in which we need to enable your business, and we need to put you right in front of where things are happening. So, and that is why we have gone ahead to do that connectivity with the buy side. So there's a direct cross-border trading platform available for you. It is live. We've done the testing. It is live. So when you have buy sides on the other side, which Melvin is going to speak to at a later time, and things can happen once you have the business all sealed up. For us, again, it is opportunity to expose our local sell side that ordinarily an avior will not talk to, because they will tell you, who are you? And all of this thing is all about building trust. They talk to you once, you're able to execute. They talk to you twice, you're able to execute. As time goes by, they feel comfortable contacting you, knowing that their source of liquidity is now widened. I don't have to be fixed on one person to get my liquidity on the local side. So for us as Infoware, we're basically exposing our client to say, yes, you can find liquidity with these guys, and they can be trusted to execute on the mandate.
Also giving a presentation on the dynamic product of Infoware, the ProTrader, Mr. Mowale Bababemi shared the value proposition of the product to the market.
Just to give everybody an idea of how the trade flow goes, right, using the institutional trade as an example. So on this side, you have the buy-siders. So, for example, I have the pension fund administrator trying to execute a trade. And they are going to be working on their own platform, right, using the Infoware cloud system, which goes through the order routing system. So the other time, Funto mentioned about ability to engage with other sell side, both within the country and outside the country. So the way it works is that you have your buy side, and on this buy side, this is the Infoware ProTrader. It can also connect to other buy sides. So let's say Avio is using a rapid addition platform. It's also the same thing. They are on the buy side. And then you have the Infoware order routing system. This is a complex system that tries to route orders from the buy-siders. Now you can have n numbers of buy-siders on this side, and then you have the routing system routing to n numbers of sell side. So what I mean is that I can have two brokers here and maybe infinite number of buy-siders, and they can trade with any of the sell side available. So this is the flow. Now from here, now we are using the Nigerian Stock Exchange. It could also be the Johannesburg Stock Exchange as well. So, but it routes to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and all the way through, it goes back, and they can see the execution in real time. The core functionality of it is that it gives direct market access. And what I mean is that it's full direct market access capability with all the risk management embedded, right? And also, they can also do deep insight into their portfolio and have all the risk management available as well.
As part of its effort to leverage partnership that can drive a robust market infrastructure, Rapid Addition, a leading solution provider to electronic markets in the globe, through its general manager, Mr. Melvin Plumridge, shared what partnering with Infoware will bring to the African market, particularly Nigeria.
Traditionally, the software that we've seen in the markets has been reserved for some of the bigger sell sides and the bigger brokers. This is simply down to cost. We've seen Bloomberg taking a large percentage of the market space, Iris locally in Southern Africa, and they basically have monopolized the market and are charging essentially whatever they would like to charge, because they know that the big brokers will pay those because technology brings increased liquidity to their markets and more market share. So unfortunately, what that has done has suffocated a lot of the smaller and the beginning, or the smaller or mid-tier brokers from accepting a lot of this liquidity. And I'm sure you will agree in Nigeria that is very much the same. So this creates a bit of a difficulty and a bit of a challenge, which is exactly why companies like Infoware, Rapid Addition have come onto the continent, being proudly South African and from our perspective, at least in our initiative, but at least proudly African, and realizing the challenges that some of the African nations face in terms of receiving this liquidity from overseas or locally between the rest of the African countries. Obviously, through Infoware and our connectivity, DMA, direct market access, which Funto and Wale obviously highlighted, is possible. So what this basically means is that due to using the Infoware product, what you will have is a host of tools at your disposal. And what that'll allow you to do is to receive trades directly from these offshore brokers that want to trade on the Nigerian exchange. Now, as again Funto highlighted, some of the issues are that these relationships are not currently formed. They are very, very difficult to form, and as you all, I'm sure, will agree, you enjoy doing business with people that you know. Now, to create these relationships, it might be very difficult. It might take several trips across to South Africa, to the European markets, to the US, and even then, it's not guaranteed that you will solidify some of that flow. What technology does is breaks that wall down absolutely. And by doing that, you have traders in the US, traders in South Africa, traders in European markets who are able to send flow without having to deal with any trader on the desk. Obviously, there will be some interaction, and the chat functionality makes that possible. But ideally, all it really requires is you to open up a relationship. And I know Avior, which is one of our broker partners down in Southern Africa, liquidity is a buzzword that everybody is talking about, and technology is what is going to change that in the marketplace.
Mr. Melvin Plumridge and Mr. Uwa Agbonile speak further on the event and the partnership between Infoware and Rapid Addition.
Infoware is obviously doing a lot of great stuff locally in Nigeria. It makes sense for us to partner with them. They understand the local markets. For us, we hold a decent market share in Southern Africa when it comes to some of our performance products as well as our network. And matching that with what Infoware has locally in Nigeria, we sort of look to break that open and allow the Nigerians to access the same technology that we're seeing that some of the US, European and Asian markets have access to currently.
You said high market frequency will drive market liquidity. What's the assessment of the Nigerian infrastructure and what needs to be done to leverage that to boost this liquidity that we all desire?
So Infoware, luckily, they have direct market access. With the FIX, which is the protocol that we use to speak with the exchange, being implemented locally in Nigeria, those capabilities are able to be accessed right now, essentially. What we need, though, is market participants such as the brokers, which we've had in this room today, to really take up some of that technology so they can act as receiving brokers, because naturally for external or international investors, they need to interface with a local broker directly in here in Nigeria. So it's of the utmost importance. But in terms of technology, there's very limited barrier to entry because of what Infoware currently provides.
We're moving into facilitating businesses and creating a platform through which our customers can actually increase their trade flow and their business flow. And now, via that, it's also going to impact the Nigerian economy and impact really demand on the street. So that's our goal, right? And we're doing that over the last 3 years. We spent a lot of money on research and development. So we have the technology. Clearly, if you look at the market today, we're the dominant player. But apart from technology, we've also been working on strategic partnerships, right? Because we did a lot of research and we found out that there's a technology problem, but there's also some other aspects of it, which is technology aside, then how do we get our customers the interaction and the relationships that will make those transactions flows to happen? So while we were solving the technology problem, we also worked on the relationship problem. So Rapid Addition is a company we've been working with for the last 3 or 4 years. We've actually interconnected our systems together. We've tested it out, make sure the trade flow would work. And Rapid Addition, too, one of the things that they are a great partner. They would help our customers establish counterparty relationships either within South African region or within Europe. Then with the Rapid Addition partnerships, one of the most critical things that we are bringing to bear here is the fact that now all our customers, all our sell-side customers, they are now essentially exposed to every part of the world. So it's not just a South African thing, because Rapid Addition brings connectivity to all parts of the world. It's going to bring global liquidity of all parts of the world to Nigeria. So the benefits, it will translate from benefiting our customers to benefiting the Nigerian stock market and benefiting the overall economy. It's just bringing Nigeria into that global marketplace. So we are hoping to see that probably by next year, that Nigeria's percentage of 8.2 in the frontier market index should grow from that based on the work that we're doing right now.
Nigeria, as a frontier market, has great prospects for growth. The partnership between Infoware and Rapid Addition could go a long way in driving the much-needed business connectivity and high-level market frequency that can boost liquidity in the Nigerian and African markets.